All right, let's look into section 5 now. Unauthorized modification of content. All right, okay, that is the offense. Unauthorized modification of the content of any computer. Right, and I'm set. Section 5, subsection 1. A person shall be guilty of an offense if he does any act which he knows will cause. Right. Okay, he will be guilty if he knows will cause unauthorized modification of content. That's the one that is very vital for you to highlight. For the purpose, it is immaterial that the act in question is not directed at. It's not important. Not important that it is directed to any program, as long as he knows that his action is unauthorized modification of content, right? He doesn't disturb any program or data. He doesn't introduce program or of any kind or changes the program of the data, all right, okay? Program or data. It is a materials that the act in question is not directed at. Right? Okay, you want to steal money from this program A, but you temper the program F, which is so far so different. All right. Okay, you do that because there was another reason why you do that, because somehow whether it's connected or not connected directly or not directly to the actual program that releases the money. All right, but if you do the modification to a different program, all right, you are still considered as committing an offense, unauthorized modification of content of the computer. All right, again, unauthorized, section 5, section 2, subsection 5, and subsection 8. All right, for the purpose of this section, it is immaterial whether unauthorized modification is intended to be permanent or premature. All right, it's not important as long as you have committed modification. It doesn't matter, it's permanent. Sometimes modification, we can time the computer, all right, like I time the computer, my computer, to say that whoever submitted two, all right, assignment in my two address, right, instead of just one address, the assignment is automatically rejected. Right, I can do that, I did that, but it scares some of my students, so I've cancelled my authorization. All right, never mind about that. So we know now that 5 clause 3, if you commit a modification unauthorized, or you changes or you alter, all right, doesn't matter whether it's permanent or premature or temporary, as long as you've done it, you are going to be guilty with section 5. All right, okay. Now, next one, a person guilty of an offense. All right, a person guilty of an offense under this section shall, on conviction, be liable to the fine 100,000 or imprisonment to 7 years. Right? Okay, notice the difference. That one is also sometimes you need to advise in exam. All right, or both. And 50, all right, or be liable to a fine not exceeding 150,000 or imprisonment 10, or both if the act is done with the intention of causing injury. All right, it's really very important when you investigate, you discover that there was intentional injury defined in the penal code. What is injury in the penal code? Injury can be in 3 situations. Write it down. All right. Okay. Number 1, injury in pocket injury. Pocket injury means you lose money. Injury number 2 is, all right, physical injury. All right. You know, physical injury. Okay. Sometimes the glare of the computer that you attempted with modification cause that person to have a blind eye, for example. All right. Now, the third injury is mental injury. Now, because you have complicated the computer with your modification, you cause the real actual programmer to go cuckoo. All right. Those are intentional injury. They are very important for you to prove. All right. In court, for what? For the punishment to be severe without having to go to the maximum. What am I saying? I'm saying I'm referring to subsection 4. Subsection 4, the punishment can be very light. The punishment can be or both. Nampak tak perkataan? Or both. Both mean what? You go to 10 years imprisonment and you pay money some more. Right? Why? Because you caused injury. So in the computer crime, punishment there, all right, is heavy because you can have punishment, first part of the punishment, second part of the punishment, or the third part of the punishment, or both combined all together. Yeah, all right. So with that, we look into section 5, unauthorized modification of the content of any computer. Do you have any question?
No, for now.
Thank you. All right, wrongful communication. All right, we are going to habiskan dia today, this one, right? Because next class, you are going to look into evidence and police investigation and evidence. Wrongful communication. What is wrongful communication? A person shall be guilty of an offense if he communicate directly, indirectly, number, code, or other means of access to a computer. He communicate it to any other person than a person authorized. All right, then he is committing, all right, apa dia? He is committing a wrongful communication. A wrongful communication. A person guilty of an offense under this section shall, on conviction, be liable to fine not exceeding 25,000 ringgit or imprisonment for 3 years. All right. Okay, so bila you are wrongful communication, when you pass the password, code, number to other people. So usually when a person is charged with subsection 5 and subsection 3 above in this unauthorized situation, he is also, if it's involved a third party, also commit what we call as wrongful communication. If the two sections combine together, all right, now what would be the punishment like? In law, you can be punished. Either they count it as one punishment or they count it as two punishment. So you can be punished from 3 punishment, a punishment from section 3 or section 5, or you can also be punished plus section 6. Alright, so lama sikit duduk dalam jail or banyak sikit, it takes you longer time in jail because now it is combined, all right, the period, and also bigger amount of money. Now you have committed 2 offense, right? Either 3 or 5 or with 6, right? Let's look into abatement. If you abate, right? Abate and attempt to abate, right? A person who abate the commission, all right, of this offense shall be guilty. A person who abate the commission or attempt to commit any offense under this section shall be guilty, all right, and shall upon punishment, all right, shall on conviction be liable to the punishment, all right. A person who does act preparatory or in furtherance of the commission, all right, okay, shall be guilty and for the conviction, right, provided that any terms of imprisonment imposed shall not exceed, all right, 1/2 of the maximum terms provided. Meaning that if you are only assisting, you are the one that passed the envelope to the other one that contain the postcode, that contain the password, all right. In that way, you are guilty of the offense of abatement to the punishment. So abatement can also be read with section 5 and section 3 and section 5 above just now. Yeah, all right. So it added presumption. A person who has in his custody or control data or information which is held in any computer or retrieved from any computer which he is not authorized, all right, or shall be deemed to have obtained unauthorized access or data unless the contrary is proven. So what is the presumption? As long as you are not the person who are authorized, then you are considered to be a person not authorized to hold it. Right? Itu presumption dia. Alright? Okay, the presumption, right? It's important to say when you say, no, I don't. I'm just holding it for my friend. It doesn't matter. All right. If you hold that pen drive, you are a person unauthorized to the data. Yeah. All right. Boleh? Okay. Right. Now with that, we have completed computer crimes. Okay. Right. And the rest at the bottom, obstruction of search and all, that is to assist you in you carrying out investigation.